Assalamualaikum to our panel, Dr. Muhammad Fuad and Ms. Shahida. So the purpose of this video is to presenting our final year project that has been conducted for this past 2 semester. The topic that we have chosen is political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. So before we start the presentation, I would like to introduce the researcher, and the first is me, Muhammad Nur Aiman bin Ramlan, and the second researcher is Muhammad Nur Hazi bin Izanul Hirul Azam Shah. Our research background is to identify the level of political awareness among students and to identify the relations between independent variable and dependent variable. So we have picked some independent variable to become our factor of the result in this study, but for now, we will proceed to the next part. The topic of political awareness among students has become an arising issue that are worthy to be studied. Matter of fact, political awareness may be a serious matter when it comes to the context of students, which is the future of our country, Malaysia. Referring to my basic statement, let's go further with our presentation to know the level of political awareness in our research area. Okay, so there are 3 questions in this study and each of them will have their own purpose. So the first question is, what is the level of political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3? The second question is, what are the factors that influence political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3? And the last question is, what is the perception among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3 towards politics? For the research objective, it consists of 3 items too. The first objective is to determine the level of political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. The second objective is to determine the factor that influence political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. And the last objective is to identify the perception among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3 towards politics. For the conceptual framework referring to the slide, we can see that the independent variable that we use as the factors of our study is the political knowledge, social media and mass media usage, and also family influence. Meanwhile, our dependent variables is the political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. In this session, I will show you the hypothesis development for this study. So, for the first objective, the alternate hypothesis is there is no relationship between political knowledge and political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. And the null hypothesis is there is a relationship between political knowledge and political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. For the second objective, the alternate hypothesis is there is no relationship between social media and mass media usage and political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. And the null hypothesis is there is a relationship between political knowledge and political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. For the third objective, the alternate hypothesis is there is no relationship between family influence and political awareness among the students UiTM SEREMBAN 3. And the null hypothesis is there is a relationship between family influence and political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3.
Thank you, Aiman. Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nur Hazi bin Izanul Hirul Azam Shah. I will continue with research methods. Firstly, the research design. In the diligent pursuit of our research objective, we have strategically employed a research design of paramount significance, which is the correlational and cross-sectional design, intimately entangled with the robust framework of quantitative technique. Our research endeavour, titled Political Awareness Among Students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3, stands as a way testament to the thoughtful selection of this design, where we employ the distribution of comprehensive questionnaire survey to our esteemed respondents. This methodological approach not only affords us in a nuanced understanding of the interconnectedness between variables, but also lays the groundwork for a rich tapestry of insights into the landscape of political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. Through this methodological lens, we embark on a journey of exploration and discovery, armed with the tools of decipher the dynamics of political consciousness. Secondly, the unit of analysis. Unit analysis plays a crucial role in the complex domain of research by connecting the various manifestations of entities, such as organizations, individuals, and objects. The unit of analysis for this research study comprises the student body at UiTM Seremban. The choice of the unit of analysis is crucial because it enables understanding of the particular aspect being examined and assists in identifying the most suitable research methodology and approach. Next is sample size. The population size of students is 5,000 students. By using Cauchy and Morgan formula, the sample size will be 357 respondents of students in UiTM Seremban. The population size consists of 3 different faculties, which are Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Studies, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science, and Faculty of Sports and Recreation. Fourthly, the sampling technique. The sampling technique we use is convenience sampling technique. Convenience sampling is a non-probability sampling method where units are selected for inclusion in the sample because they are the easiest for the researcher to access. This can be due to geographical proximity, availability at a given time, or willingness to participate in the research. Lastly, the measurements. There are 6 sections in our questionnaire. The first section is the demographic profile question. Demographic profile question consists of age, gender, faculty, current academy, place of residence, and their current CGPA. The next section is section B, which is the level of political awareness among students in UiTM Seremban. This section is to identify the respondents' level of political awareness as a students in their daily life. For section C, D, and E are the section to identify what are the factors that influence political awareness among students. Lastly is section F, which is perception of students in UiTM Seremban towards politics. This section is to identify the respondents as a students toward politics.
I will continue with the demographic profile questionnaire results. As we can see, most of the respondents are female with 64.4%, followed by male with 35.6%. And other than that, most of the respondents between 21 to 23 years old with 61.6%, followed by 18 to 20 years old with 27.2%. For 24 to 26 years old are 10.6%, and 27 years old and above are 0.6%. Next is their faculty. Most of the respondents were from Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Studies with 84.9%. This is because the researchers were from Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Study. Therefore, to access the collected data from students from Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Studies is easier than Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science and Faculty of Science, Sport and Recreation. Next, the current academic. Most of the respondents were studying in bachelor's degree with 69.2%, followed up by diploma with 30.8%. For the place of residence, urban dominating with 77%, followed up by semi-urban with 23%. Lastly, the current CGPA, 3.01 to 3.49 are the most chose with 73.9%, followed up by 3.5 and above with 22.4%. And lastly, 3.0 and below with 3.6% only.
Next, descriptive analysis. The descriptive procedure is used to find the measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, and measures of dispersion, range, standard deviation, variance, minimum and maximum, and measures of kurtosis and skewness. This procedure is best suited to describe continuous variables. Descriptive analysis is used for research objective 1, which is to determine the level of political awareness among students in UiTM Seremban, and research objective 3, which is to identify the perceptions among students in UiTM Seremban towards politics. For multiple regression is a statistical technique that can be used to analyze the relationship between a single dependent variable and several independent variables. The objective of multiple regression analysis is to use the independent variables whose values are known to predict the value of the single dependent value. By using the multiple regression, we found that political knowledge has the strongest influence on the factors that influence political awareness among students in UiTM Seremban.
In this section, I will show the research recommendation of the study. The first recommendation is expand the scope of study. The context is to concentrate on other UiTM campus too. So, this will enhance the reliability and quality of the findings from the study. In fact, other campuses has possessed distinct faculties that result in divergent perspective among students regarding their political awareness. So, by expanding the scope of study, a greater number and quality of response can be obtained. Secondly, use different methods of study. This is to improve the response satisfaction for the researcher. They could employ closer approach towards the respondent, such as having a mass interview session. So, this will allow the researcher to elicit more specific and detailed information from the respondent by having a face-to-face communication. In fact, this method is flexible, which also contributes to creating a new channel or objective to stimulate more accuracy of the study. Lastly, implement an event to assist the researcher. The aim is to hold an event that offers a platform for the researcher to share and investigate deeper of political awareness among the students. It will consist of several elements such as keynote speeches by renowned scholars, presentation of research papers, and panel discussion regarding the political awareness. This will indirectly fostering the networking of sessions for exchanging ideas among the researchers and scholars.
I will continue with research limitation. The first limitation faced is challenge in getting respondents. We face challenges in finding people willing to take part in the survey, as the pool of potential respondents was limited. To gather respondents, we use Google Forms and rely on social media platforms, such as WhatsApp, Instagram, and Telegram. Although student emails were available in the university database, email surveys were not effective since students don't use emails regularly. We considered walking around the campus, cafes, and the library to reach more respondents, but this posed challenge due to unfavorable weather conditions. Despite efforts, the number of participants remained limited, affecting the precision of the research findings. Additionally, some students showed disinterest or reluctance to complete the questionnaire. Next research limitation is time constraint. We face a significant time constraint, making it challenging to conduct and conclude the research. The allotted time span covered only 2 academic semesters with limited weeks available for the research. Completing the investigation within this time frame is proving to be extremely difficult. Additionally, the substantial time needed to collect the required number of respondents adds to the challenge. We also had to juggle other obligations such as completing tutorial tasks and attending mandatory physical classes throughout the project duration. These factors have hindered and prolonged the completion of the research. Last but not least, lack of information resources. During this study, we encountered challenges due to a lack of information resources, especially in obtaining recent journal articles and relevant literature. Establishing connections with knowledgeable individuals was also difficult. Despite these obstacles, we showed resourcefulness and resilience by successfully finding relevant scholarly sources through in-depth examination. While most citations were from early 2000s, we demonstrated dedication to conducting a thorough investigation on the topic, focusing on discussions surrounding previous worldwide pandemics. Lastly, in conclusion, based on the research that has been implemented and tested in UiTM SEREMBAN, we can show that the level of political awareness among students is good. In terms of the second objective, we succeed to prove political knowledge has the strongest influence on the factors that influence political awareness among students in UiTM SEREMBAN 3. Apart from that, in the context of perception among students, this study shows that there is a positive relationship between political knowledge and political awareness. Other than that, there are also a positive relationship between social media and mass media usage with political awareness. And lastly, it also has been shown that there is a positive relationship between family influences and political awareness. I think that's all from me. Thank you.